Give me a second. Gotta make sure the audio's good. Yeah, there's a massive delay going on. At least I'm audible. Okay, so we should be straight to start. The way I'm gonna do this, because I hear Zafina is a complicated character, but at the same time they say the same thing about Yoshi, where people don't tend to understand what to do with Yoshi, I guess is the way they say it. I guess I was lucky enough to have this be literally my first Tekken character and my first Tekken 8 character, because I was brand new to Tekken basically when I started playing Tekken 7, and then I immediately moved over to 8 because of the fact that like I wanted to play Yoshi in 8. Purely enough, I liked the way he looked. There was no really anybody on Tekken 7, didn't feel like joining a Discord or any of that weird shit. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna buy 8 where all the people are. Hopefully Yoshi's, decent in that game, and they didn't do any like weird shit to make him impossible to play or not worth it at all. Because in Tekken 7, Yoshi was a low tier, but he was a low tier for 2 to 3 main reasons. One, he's a character specialist. You don't just pick up Yoshi and do well. There's so many times I've been mid combo and this has dropped. Alright, there's so many times I've been like in a corner. Let me. Alright. If you're too close to the wall, or like they hit the wall, you can't finish that down forward 1-2-1. Like this. This just misses and they get up and hit you. Or if you do forward 1+2 at the wall and they side roll, or you do it at the wrong timing, or like literally you could do it at the regular timing and it misses, it literally crosses you up. You literally get crossed up by your own character. I've died like that. So I can understand why people say it's kind of complicated, and I've obviously learned the game through the lens of Yoshi with the considerations of flash, blocking low, bad breath, right? Like I've learned the game with these tools in mind of like, oh, I could just do this, or you know what I mean? And like Yoshi, quote unquote, doesn't have that good of a sidestep, so right, I guess it's the, like, he has spin, which takes health bar a lot, so he doesn't have that good of a sidestep, right? And if he wants to be majorly evasive, he should use spin, which consumes health. And that's one of the main reasons I enjoyed Yoshi, because any character that like they take health from when they do a move, that move is going to be good because they have to compensate you hurting yourself. It's the same reason I was interested in playing June, because she hurts herself to do her moves, so she has to have some good stuff. Like there has to be some very good stuff there, right? So, what was I going to say? So, I understand why the game would be quote unquote complicated, or at least this character specifically, because they don't know what to do with Dragonfly or Flea or Meditation, a back turn, right? They don't really know how to implement these things, and when they look at all of them together, it's like this all looks kind of complicated. While to me, even at this like lower level, it looks very simple. And I'm not sure if that's because like I'm just good at understanding Yoshi because I spent so much time on him, or if the tools are, not that complicated in the first place. Like I've heard people say that like, oh yeah, Flash is brain dead, and you can try to make that argument, right? But at the same time, it's like how other characters, like let's say the Mishimas, you can complain like, oh, they have, the Hell Sweep, mix up constantly. Like Kazuya can put me in a vacuum constantly. I know it's not like comparative. I know Flash is way more annoying than a Hell Sweep. Actually, in my opinion, I don't think it is. If fighting other Yoshis, I don't think Flash is more annoying than a Hell Sweep because honestly, the pressure of the Hell Sweep being there constantly is oppressive. Because listen, I get it. I flash you, you get launched, and you die. Got it, right? And I get it has fast recovery, but at the same time, regular flash here is so hard to land. And I know it sounds like, oh yeah, look at the Yoshi man crying, but listen. Doing like regular attack timing, if I do this and you're not even like close to hitting me yet, it just misses. So if my sword is put away or I'm in heat, then that's the time to worry about flash. But every other time, right? If it's just normal flash, you don't have to worry. Also, I have terrible poking. Right? This makes me -1 standing right. That's okay, right? I have this very slow low. So like the poking isn't there for Yoshi. So all his tools are meant for setups. For, you know, mind games. That's why he has a cancel there. That's why he has a hold on, I did that wrong. The cancel there. Right? And the thing is, I don't even think they annotated the cancel for cancel down 1. I think I just discovered this. It's the same thing with like how in Tekken 7 Kunimitsu has up forward 2 and they don't annotate the fact that like you can cancel the up forward 2 into a crouch to do like a raw rising mix up. Right? So the character itself to me seems simple, but that might just be, you know, me dragging it. You get the point at this. I've went over this way too many times. It's my bad. They say Zafina is complicated, and I kind of do understand and get where they're coming from, because I think she has a couple of stances. Like she has like Scarecrow, she has Tarantula, and then she has something else. Like there's Scarecrow for sure, Tarantula, something else, and then I'm not even sure what the other one is. And she definitely seems like a very heavily like gimmick stance based character, where she can stay in the stance for like forever unless, you know, you do something about it. Also, there's a point where I think, let me see. I think there's a point in one of her moves where she's like grounded. Like it's very weird. It's very like niche. You have to lab to know what's going on. And since she's already so complicated as it is, that means there's less players who play her. Meaning less players who play her, the less people get to see her. So whenever you run into a Zafina, unless you've labbed, it's like a free win because you have no fucking clue what's going on. And if you do lab, you have to wait an eternity to find a Zafina. So the only true way to lab Zafina, the only true way, is to play Zafina yourself. It's that simple. And like, I have a concern for like the bland characters with like basically no personality, pretty generic, just made to be like, oh look at this character, they're so cool, like Azucena, Victor, Asuka. I want to say June, right? But June has like some actual like niche shit, like mechanics to actually think about. Like the health hurting yourself. I haven't labbed that enough to figure out how much that really does. But when Yoshi spins, it actually does hurt him. When Yoshi does a suicide move, it does hurt him. The June thing, I barely see enough health taken off. Like if they wanted to like buff the damage taken by her moves in exchange to like give her better tools or increase her tools strength or potency, I wouldn't care. I want the characters in the game to be strong so that when I get the chance to play them, it isn't like, well, why the fuck did I stop playing Yoshi? You get what I mean? Like, I already have a hard enough time playing other characters because I find them boring, uninteresting. I don't like their tools. Um, I don't think like their moveset is particularly like cool looking, right? And a lot of times, people's movesets will feel essentially like there's something here you're missing. Yoshi doesn't really feel like that to me. I feel like everything kind of makes sense. I feel like if they left him alone like this, I'd be cool with that. In fact, when they announced that they're gonna add new moves to everyone, I was like, what could you even add to Yoshi? Like, I feel like the way he is now is perfectly fine, right? But there's certain characters where it just feels like, yeah, why don't I have a stance transition here? Or why is this fucking negative? Or like, could I like have something here? Like, it just feels like there's core pieces missing. And I get every character has their identity that they're going for, but for a lot of them, it's just like, I guess these tools exist in a kit behind the name of Asuka, so sure. Or like, I guess I could play Paul, but like, why? And if it seems crazy to say Paul specifically, which it shouldn't be, I'm saying it because I've labbed Paul, and sure he has like decent moves. I think he has like 3-4 moves that force crouch. He has moves that give him good plus frames. He's a monster at the wall. He has a grab that wall splats. You don't have to duck him. And that's the way they balanced him. Okay, got it. Cool. And the thing he wants to use to make you duck is like Demo Man. You can't use that one like I forget the input for it because it was irrelevant. But it's like when he does like a jab, like a shoulder jab, and then either puts his arm to the ground and lifts up to like low trip you, or he just does 2 minutes in a row. That's not even a mix up, so that's irrelevant. In fact, they put your life at danger to even do the low. Like, no, seriously. Anyone who's actually good at the game sees the animation, they're just gonna hold back until they see the low parry you. You're eating like 50 damage, depending on the character, right? So like, I don't understand why I would want to play that character, even though he has insane damage. If like you guess correctly on Paul, the person just dies. But like, it just feels like a long game of like condition. Paul is one of those characters where it seems very like he seems very scrubby. Where it's like, oh yeah, only like bad players play him. Like he carries them, and then as soon as you get into high rank, it's like, oh yeah, all of that was not real. Like all of that, once people got good at the game, just disappears. So now they have to try so much harder to win, and I truly appreciate that now. While that can be respected, right? It's the same thing with like Raven, right? Raven can do whatever he wants basically at the lower levels because no one knows, but it's still kind of hard. They're just not that fun. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I know everybody calls Yoshi, what's the word for it? They call Yoshi the joke character. He's not. The bears are joke characters. Yoshi is a trickster. There's a fucking difference. Yoshi's the trickster character. He might be the quote-unquote counter hit king, but his entire game plan is just to understand how you play and then counter your moveset, which inherently makes him annoying. Yes, I understand. But like, Flash is made to counter your, like, find the cracks in your offense, punish you for overextending, slow the game down. Slow down. Right? Now you're not always taking your plus frames in the transitions because you know I can flash you. And if I get carried away with flashing, he can pause and then launch me for flashing. Like, it's a balanced system of like expectations, because it stops being about like, oh, it's Kazuya, you know, I'm gonna fight Kazuya, I'm gonna just sidewalk left and then immediately apply my pressure. It becomes a game of, okay, what can I interrupt? What can I spend? And like, what like moments where I could sneakily, in a moment, move to the side at the right time and attack. And I know that's what sidestepping and sidewalking is, But for Yoshi to like with Flash and Spin, there are tools that you can use once you know exactly like the expectation or tool set that your opponent is using, and then slip something in the gap to come take the turn. You're a turn stealer. That's essentially what you are, right? You figure out, okay, they're doing this. I'm gonna do this at the right time, and then keep pushing forward. So that way, the person has to slow down and really think about what they're doing. They can't just spam your face. Now, all that being said, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do on Zafina. Like, I don't find a bunch of characters fun, right? But she has so many stances that she's locked into that there has to be something good, right? Like, there's no way they've restricted her into, like, having weird stances like this, which, again, is a knowledge check, and they couldn't make her too good because of how unpopular she is. Like, imagine you had a character who was, like, what, top 5, and no one played them. Like, if we think about the top 5 right now, it's like Dragunov. So many people played Dragunov when he first dropped because he was generally overpowered. Right? Sneak 4 was overtuned. Nina has so many good things, bunch of plus frames. She's just a good character. She can erase her gray health. Really nice kit, right? Power Crush from Crouch, which is beautiful. There's Jin. Fuck Jin. He just exists. Don't like him. There's Yoshi, of course. I'm not gonna like downplay, pretend like Yoshi isn't one of the best characters in the game. And then whoever else you want to put in the top tier, fine. But imagine Zafina was top 5. Like, she had insane damage. Imagine she could pull off, with heat, 130 damage. Right? More people would be playing her. So many more people would be playing her. Right? Because YouTubers would post about it and be like, oh, look at this crazy damage. And they'd be like, oh, look how like unfair Zafina is to have all this stuff. Right? So she has to at least be mid-tier. She has to at least be like, man. And sure, she might be carried by the fact that no one knows anything about her because no one cares about her. Right? Not a soul. And since no one cares, and her low like play rate, anytime they meet with her, they lose or they don't have a fun time because they don't know the matchup, and then they complain, and that keeps her in check. Because if she was super strong and no one knew how to play her, people would start playing her, and then they would proceed to be popular. And then, like, you get the point. If she had some crazy shit, we would have seen it at tournament, right? If she had some crazy shit, we would have seen it online. If she had some crazy shit, we would have definitely like seen it about in the space, and someone would have made noise. And if there is a hidden gem in here, just believe I am not uploading. This will be deleted tomorrow. If I find like I don't know, like a 120 damage combo that's easily doable, I'm deleting this stream, and we're not live in this shit, bro. I will take this shit to the grave, and I'm a Zafina man. I'm joking, of course, but like at the same time, imagine like a character who's everyone would assume would be mid, just for them to find out that is a high tier, which has happened before, right? I think when Yoshi dropped in the game, people rated him around like A. They was like, yeah, he's pretty good. And then he just slowly crept up to S tier, as people call it, right? I'm only saying Yoshi's a top tier because every tier list I've ever seen by people who are far better than me says he's a top tier. But yeah, let's get started. So since Zafina is kind of complicated, I'm going to start off by going into her stances first. Alright, we have Scarecrow, Tarantula, and the other one I have no fucking clue about. So to do Scarecrow, you simply do 3 plus 4. Alright, I should probably write down the input for that. I will be writing these moves down because I can pretend to know the moves, but I'm going to forget because all this is fucking random. So we got Scarecrow 1-4. So Scarecrow 1 is a 10 frame move. And that's important because of the fact I'm gonna put SC 1-4. It's important because you need to know. Wait, is this a high? Yeah, it's a high. into what? A mid. Okay. You need to know exactly how fast your options are, and for her to have something out of stance that's 10 frames, one like the fastest defensive move in the game, is pretty crazy. Yeah, okay. So, gotta make sure she block this. So Scarecrow 1-4. You're -4. I mean, you're -6 on block. Right. But if you get hit by it, I hate to see it. Oh, it's just. Oh, nah, I messed up. You know what? Yeah, you're +7 on hit. So if they block it, what can they even do in this state? Like, what do defense?
Huh.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be hard to do actually. So I'm about to do Zafina versus Zafina. Select.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, let's see.
Huh.
So you can hit them off the ground with mids. I'm gonna do that move. It ducks mids. This heat engager is a mid and it's ducking it. That's tragic. So Tarantula stance, down 1+2, ducks mids. Certain mids, not all of them, but enough to the point where if you do this mid combo, it's so evasive that like mids will get missed and you can fight back. And I can already tell off this move alone the fact that Tarantula ducks certain mids, why Zafina is hated. Like you gotta understand. So the character Zayu, which I don't play her because why would I? She has a move called ALP, which has the ability to dodge high, mids, and lows, depending on the attack, right? It also sidesteps as well, so it's kind of hilarious because everyone bitches about that character and saying like that's overpowered. I mean, obviously because it ducks high, mids, and lows, right? At least you're gonna get hit with a low with this character. To duck a low is genuinely insane already because they're supposed to hit like the ground. They're already that level on the floor. So since she ducks, since she's ducking the lows, and then she has insane combo damage as well, people are understandably upset that she exists the way she does. To have such an evasive move into extremely high damage just pisses people off. If Zafina doesn't have high damage, which could be a very real possibility via like people not bitching about her, but then again no one plays her. This could be almost as bad. I mean, like, it's a stance too. So like ALP obviously is one of like the stances for Zayu. It's probably like, I think that and Hypnotist are her two stances, if I remember right. Those are the only two stances I only hear about anyway. So if you have a similar situation where you're able to duck mids and then immediately go into an attack, it's kind of hilarious that you can make a mid whiff, right? You can duck a mid and then like launch punish it, which is even crazier to think about. Alright, so we're gonna write this stuff down. It shifts to what stance? Scarecrow? No, it shifts to Tarantula. How do I spell Tarantula? Tarantula. I don't know why that seems wrong. Alright, so shifts to Tarantula. And I'll leave a note that just press 1 to stay and scare. I wonder where my favorite pen is. Alright. We have Scarecrow 2-1. It says deals chip damage on block, deals self-damage recoverable when not in heat. During Scarecrow stance, press 2 to go into Scarecrow stance. So Scarecrow 2 is a 14 frame move. What is this, 2-4? No, it's 2-1. And it's on mid. And it's a heating gauger. Yeah. 5-14. I need to actually do something. It's -6 on block, so it's safe, and it has hella pushback too. -6 on block. It's a heating gauger. Actually, I need to see something. So I've already have heat active, right? It's a knockdown, so it doesn't matter. Okay. The question is, does it wall spot? It looks like it would. Yeah, wall spots. Now I have to write down that it like goes back to standing. Well, I guess the heat implies that, but so we got Scarecrow 2-2. Leaves you +8 on hits. Forces crouch on hits. What about block? Punishment, I want to see. It doesn't look like it forces crouch. Forgot to make it push. No, it doesn't. Scarecrow 2-2 is, I think, what is that? Mid. I-14 because the 2 button. It's -10 on block. And on hit, I think it was like what? Yeah. Alright, we got Scarecrow 1-1. Is this a launcher? wall squats. So let me see. So far, the options have been very boring. Scarecrow 1-1. It's what is this? Middle high. It's what I-13. It's +0 on block. It's a knockdown on hits. I'm trying to think of like, because it's a 13 frame start off move, right? It's a wall spot, which is important. So you would transition from stance and then try to do this move to quickly frame trap. It does look kind of linear. Like, you do defense. Yeah. So the way you beat this move is you have to side walk to the right, then crouch. This is already annoying. this is already annoying because to cancel your sidewalk, you have to do double tap down, back, hold down. It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm not sure. Maybe I don't know. Because the way stances work is that there's a set amount of options out of them, and usually there's option selects of like I can just do this to beat most of the options that come out, and that's the safest bet. This feels like one of the only moves from the stance that, you know, tracks, because it just randomly realigns. I shouldn't say randomly, but like that's not it.
It's over.
Okay, so you can't sidestep it. You just have to do it at the right time. What about the other way? No, you gotta sidestep right. So that was for what? 2-1. We gotta add this. We gotta put side walk right for that one, and then for Scarecrow 2-2. Right. So yeah, you gotta just sidewalk to the other direction, sidewalk right for most of her options. Alright, so we have sidewalk, we have Scarecrow 4, which is an armored move. Alright, go back to Scare Block, Drawn Punishment. Alright, so that was 15 frames. Negative comes out in what? So it's 50 frames starter, and then negative 18 on block. Which, listen, listen. I need to talk about this. Why is this move so negative? No, seriously. Why is this move so goddamn negative? It doesn't even have half the properties baked into it as in, like, any other character. It has simply, it's a power crush. I've heard of making power crushes unsafe. I've heard of making, like, launchers unsafe. Why is the simplest command in her fucking kit so unsafe? Jesus. And, like, obviously it's a launcher, but it's auto tornadoes. So maybe there's like some crazy damage that I just don't know about. But like for it to be this crazy, like of a long, this negative is crazy. Alright, we got Scarecrow 1+2. Is that a low? No, it's a mid. Okay. And then on block, it's +6. +7. Whoa, what's going on? Obviously, it's changing basically on distance, but why is it so plus? So we got what 1+2 on mid at 17 frames. On block is +6 or +7, right? And then let me see, stand, and it's just like a knockdown at +18 on hit. Like I don't. Like, I don't understand. Does this track? So you have the sidewalk left this move. So this covers her weak side out of this stance. You can hold it down, alright? So let me make her block. You go into Scarecrow, 1+2 down, and you're still at +6, but now you're in Tarantula. So you can immediately go from Scarecrow into Tarantula for free. Let me see. Nameplates. If I do, how do I write this down? I want to make sure I write this down correctly. Let me just do. There we go. So we got Scarecrow 3 plus 4. Which is a cartwheel at -12. 18 frame startup. 12 on hits. You're +8 into standing. Then let's see if it's sized up before. There's a tiny bit of a delay in there, but I should be fine. So there's no tracking at all. Okay. So you can put sidestep or sidewalk, really. Actually, can you sidestep this? That's a good question. You have to sidewalk to the left. So, let me put down sidewalk left, sidestep right. Alright, during Scarecrow stance, you can do down 1, down forward 1. What is that? Block. So it's safe on block. 17 startup has very good range. Alright. So let's do down forward 1. A mid, 17 frame startup, -9 on block. On hit, it's a launcher, isn't it? Hold on, let me see. See if it wall splats. Yeah, it does. Okay, so it's an extender. Wall splats. And what else? I don't think stand block. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. Yeah, no tracking at all. So you can side step right, but you have to side walk left. What else? Alright, during heat and during scarecrow stance, it becomes armored move. It becomes armored. You're still -9. It's still the same frame rate. It's just that it's armored now, so you can ignore the moves and get a launcher. In fact, Tyler, stand block. Alright. Oh, sorry. I was just on Tekken 7 yesterday and I had to relearn the buttons. Key charge. Damn, that wall spot's from forever away. I just think it's a good move. I'll just leave like a note beneath. During heat becomes armored. Alright, so this is already getting kind of complicated, I'm not gonna lie. We have Scarecrow down 3-3 homing move. Okay. Is it down 4-3? Yeah. Which is a low. It's 28 frames. Let me make sure I write down that this is a double low. I-28. And then on block, it's probably death. Something like this slow. Oh, I forgot that it's a low. -23. But what if I whiff the second hit? I mean, what if I whiff the first hit? Yeah, it's -23 no matter what. Okay. It says during Scarecrow stance, do down 1 only to shift into crouching stance. Okay. We'll put launcher. I'm gonna put mini launcher because it already tornadoes them, so it's not like you get a full combo. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's just no need. A launcher is a launcher. Alright, so it launches. What else is there? It's homing. Oh yeah, so if you do just down forward 3 once, if you do down forward 3, and it isn't blocked per se, right? You enter into crouching state automatically, meaning you get access to your Wild Rising moves. Right? See, Wild Rising 4. So this is a good move because it automatically enters you into a stance, and on advantage, you're -10. So you have to go through the whole way. Like, there's no. Let me see if you can actually block. So let's see if it's true. It is. So if you hit the first one, you might as well go through the second one, because they can't do anything about it. Alright. But what that does mean is that you can whiff the first hit. Right? You can whiff it on purpose to enter crouching state and do a raw rising. Right? Also, space awareness is key. Because here it won't hit, obviously, right? Here it will. So you have to be aware of like when and where you can do stances. For example, if you can make a stop on it, you can do like the classic setup of alright. And then you can just raw go into stance as they're getting up. Do whatever you need. You know what I mean? Like, anyone who doesn't play the character, which is a lot of people, anyone who doesn't fight the character, which is a lot of people, will be caught off guard when you just randomly do this. They don't know what follows. They don't know that you can do this. If they do, they don't know the other options. So then you can play with their expectation that you're just going to do that. We have Scarecrow, down, forward, 4. It's a low that is +7 on hit and brings you into Mantis. What was that? 19 frames. So a low 19 frame move is +7 on hits. And then unblock. That's not what I meant to do. I don't know why. -14. It is important to leave the notes. Transitions you into what? Mantis? And then if it's a counter hit, I'm so bad at this right now. Is a knockdown while you're still a Mantis. So counter hits, knockdown. How far does this reach? It reaches a pretty far distance. So from like about here, it should still reach, right? Just barely misses. So you'll probably be this distance if I can get there. Yeah, 2 away you should be able to hit. So from right here, it hits. You're in the stance. Alright, you can start doing random bullshit. And the thing is, they're not gonna expect that like that low kick. What's the word for it? They're not gonna expect that that low kick, 1, transitions you, and 2, that you have like massive plus frames off that. Because 7 is a lot. 7 is a lot of plus frames to have, right? Especially since in Mantis, you're clearly ducking any jabs that go on, right? And you can always just jab back into standing. Let's see. So homing, low. We have down 3-3 from Scarecrow. Scarecrow down 3-3. And then this move has a transition back into standing state. So what it looks like is a low high move. And if you hold back, you just go back to standing. So hold on. So if you do the first hit to low and you're -3, so you're incentivized to do the second hit, which is high, which leaves you at -1. So you go out of Scarecrow into standing. What this means is that you don't want to just settle for a regular like low kick. You can keep doing it, sure, but eventually they're just gonna jab you, and you know you're gonna lose because you're -3. Right? This move is like what? Not fast enough to beat a jab. That's what. So it incentivizes you to be as less negative as possible, and do the second hit. If it hits, you know, you get a combo. Right? So what that look like is as far as combo goes, I'm not sure what you would do because I'm still new to this, but right, something like that. But it already tornadoes them when they get launched, so you can't get another extender going. But I'm pretty sure if you're at the wall, right, wall combo, you get your wall combo. So it's a low into a high, high 18. It's -3 on the first hit and -1 on the high block. Yeah. And launches. And I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. What was I? Low, blah, blah. Oh yeah. What is the low on block? Because that is important. Only -6? Huh, I wouldn't have expected that. So Scarecrow down 3-3. I'll just put back, like the back transitions into standing. Okay, so what I wanted to show before, or at least test, I should say, not show, because I don't know, is if you get hit by the low, being impatient. You can duck the high. So you can realize what move this is and launch and punish. And I guess this based on the assumption of, okay, why would they make the second move a high if, you know, like why would they make it a high? Because if you're ducking in the first place, then the second move doesn't affect it, so what's the point of it? And you'd be like, well, it's there for the combo, right? But they could have just made that a mid. And if I'm going to be ducking in the first place, then they just get punished. Also, another reason is that it leads with the low. And if you had a launching low that's, let's face it, almost unreactable, basically unreactable, because it's what, I-18? Yeah, it's an 18 frame, like, low kick into a launcher. There's no way they're making it true. Now, the question is, how sidesteppable is this? Alright, so I still recommending like trying to sidestep to her weak side, because even if you get hit by the low, you can just hold down and crouch and like pass underneath it. So we're gonna do side, I'm gonna put side walk, like sidestep crouch maybe, but I would just leave a note that even if you get caught sidestepping, you can duck. Okay. Yo, Scarecrow down 4 is maybe I'm doing this wrong. Oh, it's just a low. Okay. A 20 frame low, I think. 24 frame low, -4 on hits. You don't gain any frame advantage, there's no counter hit properties. You can hold down to shift to Mantis. Alright. So this is Scarecrow down 4, I-24. It's -4 on hits. And then what we need to do is -25. Does the game creators hate her? Like, damn. I'll just leave the note about the transition into Mantis, which probably I should do. I should like check out the information for that first. Yeah, it's still -25. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What I need to test and see is, no, it's still -4. None of the frame data changed when you transition for some fucking reason. Like, I think it's definitely a situation of you don't want to make the unpopular, annoying game unenjoyable to play. So there's a lot of characters in fighting games where essentially their move kits seem cool, right? But for whoever you're fighting, it's annoying, and you're like, yeah, I want this character to become better, right? And I want this character to have like better frame data. I want this character to have like better reach, better animation, or whatever, like whatever things that would improve them for that game. And you're wondering why they don't just buff it if the character obviously is like mid tier. That's because they want it there. They want the character to be usable, but your character is so fucking annoying that they know if they made it any stronger, people would play it more, and their game would essentially like start losing players because of the fact that your character's so annoying. And yeah, they created your character. Don't get us wrong. That's just how they know for a fact that your character is just that annoying. Okay, so you can transition from Scarecrow directly into Mantis, but you do a fucking sick ass backflip. Hold on, hold on. Let me get up. Not that. Like, this is cool because maybe you can catch someone like off guard, like you just run in and you just do a back roll. And aren't you like? Hold on. When you're in Mantis, this counts as standing? Why isn't this just crouched? Well, I guess it allows you to... No, because you're in a Mantis stance. Like, you're in a stance. It should just give you the crouch standing effect. Can I be hit? Alice, record. Gotta be record. I don't know how I feel that. Keep failing. So you're in standing, but it's still like actively has the hitbox too low for any sort of high to hit. Actually, you can be hit by highs, but I guess it's because I'm forward dashing and I'm on top of the character too. But like at this distance, hold on. See? So highs can miss, lows aren't going to. You can just hit them with mids. Alright. Let's see. When you're in the stance, you're not airborne, so you can't like be free comboed. Like for example, when Yoshimitsu does flea stance, the heat move actually causes you to be, if they do a heat burst, it auto tail spins you and you get combo. So it's good to know that if they like pop heat, I don't just fucking die. Let's see. You have Scarecrow back 1+2. This is a low? A +3 low. Yo, look at this range. And hold on. Counter hit property. It's a bro, what is this move? What is this move? So let me get this straight. From over here, I can threaten you with a 16 frame knockdown. Okay, bro. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. That's Hold on, hold on. Why does it reach so far? What is this? Cause like Mantis already reduces, not Mantis, Scarecrow reduces your hitbox to like, if you draw a line from the back of her foot through her back to her head, nothing's hitting in front of that line. Her hitbox is so reduced that like, even if I am here, right, I do Scarecrow, stuff is gonna start whiffing that doesn't normally whiff. And from back here, I can still threaten you with an attack. Is crazy. So Scarecrow back 1+2 is a low. What is it? I forget what it's like. 18, right? It's 16, even faster than I thought. It's +3 on hits. On block, it has to be death. on block, this thing actually has to like just die. Yeah, -17. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's the balancer. If you block it, I just die. Alright, counter hit knockdown. It's a low. This looks like it has absolutely 0 tracking, but you always want to check, you know. So it tracks. Oh. You have to do it at the right time. You'll be on top of her and start sidewalking. Alright, so to beat this move, you have to be close and side walk right. It's a good thing that this move is just a knockdown, right? And not... Right? Show you, like, you're +12, quote unquote. I guess the better question is, like, how much damage does it do? 21? I guess you're at the wall, and it immediately restands too. So, like, you can just go for almost whatever you want. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I'm missing of this? Probably not. So we have Tarantula Stance, which is down 3+4. So this is Tarantula. And what is Mantis? Hold on. It says Scarecrow down 4 if I hold down. So this is Mantis, okay. And this is Tarantula. Okay, I just did the wrong thing. So this is Mantis. This is Tarantula. So keep in mind, I'm only doing the stances so far, and we've only gotten through Scarecrow. And with Scarecrow, I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 14, 15 moves. So this one stance has 15 moves. You can sidewalk right, most of it, right? And I was talking about this in the Kurimitsu live stream I did yesterday, but the first part didn't get recorded, so I deleted the whole thing because it pissed me off that happened. But option selects for certain stances can be like sidewalk to the right because you ignore most options, and then they'll specifically have to stop doing like most options and do one that beats what you're doing. And if they're doing the one that beats what you're doing, it has an obvious flaw that you can use to counter the counterplay, and then whoever just counters the best wins, right? For example, with Kunimitsu's stances, you can sidewalk right a bunch of the stuff and then punish her for it. Like, for example, what is it? Set 1, 2, 1. You can sidewalk right and then punish, right? With how this is, I'd say sidewalking right seems to be the easiest thing to do. Right? It's the easiest way to beat most of it. The only things that would stop you would be like back 1+2. This low tracks pretty well. You can sidewalk that one to the right. I mean, you can sidestep that to the right. The only other one that stops you would be that low high strength. Not that one. So it'd be Scarecrow down 3-3. Because of the fact that the low basically tracks you, and then you can duck the follow-up, but it would specifically stop you from sidewalking by launching you. And if you aren't ready for it, you're not gonna like sidewalk and then duck. You're just not gonna randomly sidewalk duck, because you would have to. You can do it pretty easily. Do like a sidewalk cancel by sidewalking, then holding back for literally just tap the button. Like you want to tap the back button as fast as you can and then down so you can get the launch. At worst, what's gonna happen is that it's gonna hit your block, your +1, and you continue to fight. At best, you duck the high and you get to launch. Alright, so let's start doing Tarantula. So what is the controls for Tarantula? It's down 1+2. So we got Tarantula 1. 18 frames low attack, -11 on block. So it's a low. 18 frames, -11. On hits, let's see. Let me it's a counter hit knockdown. On regular hit, it's +5. Trying to think, what's the words? On counter hits, it's +15, and a knockdown. So I'm trying to think. Can you sidewalk this move? It seems like one of those moves you wouldn't be able to, even Cause like maybe there's a stance transition. Who am I kidding? There's going to be a stance transition into Tarantula that frames are gonna be negative or something, and you're gonna want to sidestep, but you're not gonna know if you can sidestep this first option. So let's do. Yeah, I messed that up. There's a little bit of a delay on that, but we'll be fine. So there's no tracking towards the right at all. So I'm gonna put no tracking on right. I mean, not right, left side. So it's weak to her strong side. We have Tarantula 2, which is a very slow move. It does return you to standing though. So what was that? -9? Yeah, -9, 32 frames. T2, mid, 32 frames, -9. I'm guaranteeing that this is a launcher. Yep. Launches. I'm trying to think. What else is there? I mean, besides being slow, you could probably. It's a high. Hold on. Okay. I was about to be concerned. What this means is if you can find a way to transition into it. So. That's Mantis, not Tarantula. Oh well. Can't think of anything in the moment. I'm not gonna stress about it. It's an extender. So let's see. We have to like chart all the sidestep abilities for everything in the stances, so you know if you can just choose which side to step when they're going into stance to try to beat most of their options. I did this with Clive too. The only problem is that Clive has Phoenix 1+2, meaning he can essentially, not gonna lie, just check mid and stop you from sidestepping all at once. So the counterplay to that would be jabbing, but at the same time, that's a brave move. What was I doing again? I think I was doing like Tarantula 2. Yeah. No, that's not it. We said the words out loud. What's going on? Yeah, no tracking at all. Yeah. Gotta write that down. No back. So Tarantula 3 stays in Tarantula, but on normal hit knockdown. Right? Defense. Mid hit -7 on block, 15 frames. So Tarantula 3 mid, 14 frames, -7 on block, +15 knockdown. And it shifts back into Tarantula. Alright, Tarantula 4 with 3. You can shift the Mantis stance just by pressing 4. And you can shift back into Tarantula stance by pressing 4 and holding down. So 4 holding down, still in Tarantula. Alright, press 4. Now you're in Mantis. Alright. So this is part of the reason that like Zafina is complicated. Because you would have to find yourself in a situation where, let's say you're in, you know, you're in Mantis, not Mantis, you're in Tarantula. You have a far-reaching 26 frame move. Right? You hit them with it, and it kind of pushes her back, even though it doesn't hit her, which is weird. So if you can see, she moves back before the move hits her. Which, okay, I guess. So like, you would have to like find a moment for this to be useful with like plus frames and everything. It obviously has good reach, and you're still low crush, or you're like high crush and everything here. Certain mids might miss you too, actually. So you could time it, hit them with this move. On hits, what does this look like? Doesn't really do anything. Okay, I guess I was doing the wrong move. So it stands you. Okay. So with Tarantula 4-3, it's a mid into a mid. Comes out at like 26 frames. On block. I had to make sure I couldn't combo there. Alright. On block, it's -13 for the second one. It's -22 for the first hit. Why? I have no fucking clue why that's even a thing. Alright, so Tara 4 down transfers into Tara. Tara 4 shifts into Mantis. And then normally it just shifts into standing. So we got Tarantula 1+2. Is a low crushing move. 19 frame started, -12 on block. So that's Tarantula 1+2. I-19. Minus 12. 2 mids. This is probably crazily like. So I didn't do the last move, which was 4-3. So we'll do that now. No tracking. To the left or right. And then for Tarantula, 1+2. No tracking to the left or right either. Okay. So I'm gonna put this down. No tracking. And no tracking. So far from the Tarantula stance, a bunch of these options don't have tracking, and only one option has tracking to the right. Did I do the T? I don't think I did. Yeah, no tracking at all. Alright. Tarantula down forward 1, which is a heat engager. 19 frames. What does it look when you get it normally? It becomes a power crush. So when you're in heat, it becomes a power crush. Oh, that's actually kind of crazy. This is crazy because of the like property change. I'm not used to like something becoming a power crush when it normally wasn't. I'm used to it something like a counter hit launcher or like a normal hit launcher, right? So I kind of don't like it because it's a heat engager, right? But since I'm in heat, oh, I can. Whoa. I was gonna say that since it's no longer a heat engager, because while it's in heat, it becomes an armored move, but it still retains the heat. It's an armored move, but yeah, that's actually crazy. You get an armored heat engager once. Well, you get an armored heat dash move. I need to go to the second page of notebook for Tarantula down forward 1. I-19. What is this on block? It's +6. And then it's a heat engager. So if it's +6 on block, it returns you to standing on block and on hits. Or I have to write that down. Block or hits. And then once in heat becomes armored. So we have Tarantula down 1+2. Which is a low, 25 frame low. That transitions you at +10 into Mantis. Okay, that's Tarantula down 1+2. What is it? I said 22 frame low, right? 25. 25 frame low. Gives you at +10 on hits. You're -21 if it's blocked. There's no safe bullshit on this character, bruh. Like, everything she has gets her killed. I should say her lows specifically get her killed. Like, if you block any of her low attacks, it's just like she dies for it. Shifts into Mantis. We have Mantis stance, which is just down 3+4. Alright, gotta write that down. Mantis down 3+4. Alright, so we got Mantis 1-3. It shifts the Scarecrow stance, and you can shift back to standing if you just hold it back. So it looks normally like this, right? So you can go from Tarantula into Mantis into Scarecrow, right? Into, you know, Mantis again. Right. Sorry, I had to look at the text real quick. So, what's the frame down this looking like? So for Mantis, 1 is 13 frame startup. It's 0 on block. So I13, 0 on block. It's +9 on hits. Good. Transitions into Scarecrow. If you do Mantis 1-3 back, transitions into standing. Okay, Mantis 2-1-4. You can stay inside Mantis state by just doing 2 damage. Right. Or you can finish it and go back to standing. So what I'm going to do is stand block. Gain another 13 frames to start a move. So Mantis 2 and Mantis 1 are both 13 frame moves. Except Mantis 1 exits you from Mantis. So Mantis 2, 1, 4. I-13 starter. have to write down all of the negatives. So it's minus 14 for the first part. In fact, shit, I have to rewrite this entire part because I'm doing this wrong. So it's 3 mids, which is important because you don't want to get ducked and launched. Okay, 3 mids. First move is I-13, which is important. First one is minus what? Not what I meant to do, but we're gonna rock with it. Minus 14, then minus 14 again, and then minus 13. I don't know what the devs have against her and why she's so negative all the time, but okay. First Mantis moves we have is Mantis 1-3. Let's see. Record. Alright. Yeah, I gotta record again. 1-3. It's very simple button presses. I don't know why I'm. Okay, now I'm just trolling. Let's do this. Yep, trolling. So we're doing this one really quickly. I forgot to test the side steps for it. So it has... Wait, did I put double mid? I didn't even write down whether or not it was mid or not. A mid-high, which is important. Can't duck it though. So it jails, it doesn't matter. Has no tracking to its left side. No tracking to its right either. Alright, so I have to put that down. No track. I'll put that over here. No tracking. And then now for Mantis 214. 214. Side step it, but there is some pretty good tracking on it. Like, it's just safer to sidewalk to the right. There's no tracking at all over there. While this one can be hit for it. Alright, so I'm gonna put sidewalk left. Tracks right. And I want to put down emphasis that it tracks right specifically, even though it's implied by sidewalk left, because I want to remind myself, like, hey, you cannot walk this right. So, let's see. We got Mantis 1, we got Mantis 3-1. It says it shifts back to Mantis, but you can just do Mantis 3 to... This all just shifts back to Mantis. Why is it even telling me this? So Mantis 3, I'm back in Mantis, right? And if I counter hit, still -1 on hit, right? If you do Mantis 3-1, which is low to a mid, which is kind of hilarious, I'm not gonna lie. I actually kind of like that. Not gonna lie. Okay. Mantis 3-1 is 15 frames startup. Alright. It's minus. I should segment it because it's a low into a mid. So oh bro, I need a different pencil because my eraser's damn near dead. Hold on, give me a second. Never mind, I got one right here. I-15, right? And then on hits, the first part is -1, and then on hit, the second part is a knockdown. So it doesn't walk by, but it does launch. So what that means, we're in Mantis. There we go. That's how you get the Mantis. I'm trying to think. Do I know anything cool on Mantis yet? No, I don't. So, it's I-15, right? -1. It doesn't. Okay, we'll talk about that later. You're still in Mantis, so if you do a combo, it has to be in Mantis, and I don't know anything. But I think you can combo off of this. Like, I feel like you're in the air long enough. Alright, so we need to put this to block wall. It's -12, so you don't die for this one. -12 on block, and then follow is -9. I'm pretty sure this launches, but who knows? It doesn't wall spy or anything either. I'll leave a note that it like shifts into Mantis whenever you do it. We have during Mantis 4-3. So you can loop Mantis 4 over and over again. And that's 17 frame move, -19 on block. So Mantis 4-3. It's a low into a mid. I-19. That's I-17, but it's -19. Okay. And then -30 if you finish the whole string. Who hates me? There's no reason for it to be this negative. There's no reason. Why -30? I don't know. Oh yeah, that's so awkward, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You can just press 4 over again. So I'm just gonna put M4 transitions into Mantis, and then M4 down transitions into Tarantula. Let's try something real quick, because that last move was an extender. Alright. So we have a low. In fact, Mantis 3 is a low. Right? So is Mantis 4. maybe I can do. Yeah, I can do that, but it all keeps me in Mantis. Let me write that down real quick so we can move on. Extender. So Mantis 1+3 armored move. 20 frames plus 18 on hits. I mean plus 20 on hits, and then on block is -12. So what I want to see. No tracking to the left. No tracking to the right. You gotta sidewalk it. Alright. So, no tracking left or right. Sidewalk. During Mantis, do 2+4. And it shifts to Mantis. I mean 2+3. Oh, okay, so does it just turn me around? I guess 2+3. Just leave a note. Turns you around, and then transitions back into Mantis. We have Mantis down 1.
It's over.
Which is a heat engager. Okay. So, what was it? It was. That's not a heat engager. It was, I think, Tarantula had it. Yeah. So, both Mantis and Tarantula have similar down ones. 24 frame plus 6 on block. Heat engager. Okay. Mantis down forward 1. 26 frame plus 6 on block. Heat engager. Which, if I had to guess, becomes armored after you're in heat. Trying to think. What else is there?
It's over.
I actually don't like the way I did that. The delay in my timing was too off. Okay, Alright, so Mantis down forward 1 has no tracking. Mantis down forward 2. We can test and do that really quickly. Alright. Mantis down forward 2. That should be the move, right? Yeah. Yeah, this has no tracking. It's a mid launcher. 19 frames. What is it on block? -9, so you go if you turn completely. So 19 frame launcher and -9 on block. And has no tracking. So what I'm noticing is both the Mantis and the Tarantula stance doesn't have any tracking at all, while in particular the Scarecrow stance does. So if you see them about to go into Mantis stance, you can just sidewalk. The problem is they can always like delay the move, but you're not sidewalking in order to. You're not sidewalking to avoid the move, you're sidewalking to expose them long enough for you to launch them. So we have Mantis, down forward 3. Why would I need to shift into Paradox? No, seriously, why would I need to... Because it says do down forward 3, 4 to shift into Paradox. I don't quite understand why I would need to shift into Paradox. Was this explained? I guess it's like a way of... So, the way I'm envisioning Paradox, right, is you see here, kind of steps me back a little bit. Maybe it's like a spacing tool. Maybe from here... No, it just purely turns you around. Which means I can do shit like this. And just use it as like a movement tool away. This is... I'm not gonna lie, this is cool. I like little things like this. Alright, I could be in this distance. Paradox, spin away, turn back around, hit you a low kick. Down forward 2. I don't know. This is such a weird move. So it knocks down. Oh. Paradox. Okay. So right now, let me go back to Mantis. If I do Paradox, which is just 2 plus 3, right? From here, if you press forward, it backs away. But if you press back, it comes closer. It's a paradox. As in, you can use it to run away. You can go into Mantis, do down forward 3 and 4, right? And then dip the fuck out of there. What is it on block? 15 frame, -17. It pushes away quite a bit, so it might be safe. let's try. Alright. I'm gonna go into Mantis and then do down 4-3. Mantis, down 4-3. Alright. So it's actually really hard to punish with like a down 4-2. You would have to step forward and I have to let him hit me. And it can't be a low. And some mids are just gonna miss. So I think the way you are meant to use it is down forward 3. If you don't get the combo, right, you can run away, like just outspace. Like if you expect you not to get the combo, you're just doing it to poke. So you just do something like, I'm so used to backdashing. This character's so weird. You can just get out the way. And if they rage art, you're still dashing pretty quickly. And you can always just turn around and dash in. So, Mantis, down, forward, 3. So mid, I-15, minus 17. It's a knockdown. And then you have Mantis, down, forward, 3, 4, which transitions into Paradox. And then leave a note saying forward dash to run away. We have down forward 4, homing move, transitions into Tarantula. So forward move on. Let me get closer. Am I not close enough? No, it just has no tracking. Like, at all. I want to put no tracking. Okay. So, down forward 4, homing move. You're minus 5 on block. 17 frame starter. Down forward 4. Get to mid. I-17. And I think it was I-15. I think about it. Yeah, nope. Minus 5 on block. It. What happens when it hits? So you're plus 13 on hits, and it transitions into Tarantula. Oh, and it's homing. So obviously since it's homing, I can't sidestep. So this would be the move you would use when someone keeps sidestepping you, when you do the transition into Mantis, right? You would essentially do something that brings you to Mantis. You think they're about to sidestep because you're like, Mantis basically has no tracking. And you would do down forward 4. Because if you catch them, you basically get a free mix-up. Right? Being plus 13 into a stance just equals mix-up. it's just sad to see that it's tied specifically to a homing move. Like, I wish there was more things like that for it. Like, if I hit you, I get a plus 13 mix up. And essentially, plus 13 mix up, the number isn't important. It's just high enough that I know that whatever options we have, it's just going to make them fast enough to frame trap you. That's essentially all I care about. That's why, like, the plus frames change from person to person, and they're not usually, like, indicative of someone's kit being better than others, except if you're Claudio, which you're while running to it, he being plus 20. I don't even. Why even that number? Like, the number essentially doesn't matter at a certain point. But like plus 20 is kind of crazy. Cause it's just like. At plus 10, I'm not gonna press. Like plus 20 is just like salt in the wound. Plus 20 is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Put the controller down. Okay. We have Mantis down 1-4. God, bro, there's so many moves for this character. Just there's 3 stances, and there's so many moves in like these stances, bro. Like, for example, Yoshimitsu has like around 5 stances. Let me guess. Back turn, Kensho, Dragonfly, Flee, Meditation. Yeah. That's pretty much all of them, I think, right? Yeah, that's all. There's 5 stances. Bro, those stances have like 7 each. These have easily like 2 times the amount just per stance. And then you have to remember all these options in the middle of the fight and their transitions and which way they go. And you can be like, it's the same thing for Yoshimitsu, except a lot of his moves just return him to standing, while some of these return them back to either their own stance or a different stance. Mantis down 1-4, a low into a mid, and then counter hit. Nothing, still the same thing. Let's record this. Mantis 1-4, right? Down 1-4. That's what I was missing. So you can block after the low happens. It is a low into a mid, but they're launch punishable after. You can keep holding back. And it may not seem important because, like, how am I supposed to react to that? It's the low. The low hitting you and you seeing that the kick is falling is your, like, signifier of, like, okay, this is the move. Launch punishable. Right? Well, actually, I want to check and see if it's sidesteppable. Alright, what about the other way? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You're not sidestepping this. Even if you were, it hits low, so just eat the low hit and then block. Okay. What happens if I block low? Okay, it's 11. It's minus 11. So Mantis down one. What is it? Down 1-4. All right. So it's a low into a mid at what? 15 frames. It's -11 into -16. Let's see what else is there. Tracks. It's not true. So you can block the mid, then launch. Pretty standard move, I'm not gonna lie. You can do Mantis down one to stay into Mantis. So we have Mantis down 4. It's a low. It's +4 on hits, 20 frames. +4 on hit, you're in Mantis. What is that on block? -22. But at least it's +4 on hit. Where did I put my other pencil at? Here. How did I... Oh, cool. My pen. Does it still work? Good. But shit, I need an eraser. Here's the old pencil. For now... Right. So it's -22, right? So I'm trying to think. It's a low, +4. What can you do at +4? So since it transitions back into Mantis, you can essentially do this over and over, and then eventually they're gonna start blocking. It only does 20 damage, but that's enough to add up. Like, let me display. That's 60 damage, right? That's exactly 60 damage. That's going to be enough damage to make anyone block low eventually. And I'm not sure if this can be low parry, but... Alright, after we do this move, I'm gonna take a quick break. So, yeah, I think you can't low parry this because it's a knee. So they have to block it. Of course, if they do, you get launched for it, but... can I do this on reaction? Yeah, you can. Like, purely waiting for the slide to come out. It does seem to kind of track. Not to the right, though. So there's no tracking on the right, but it does track to the left. Like, there's no tracking to the left. Like, at all. I mean, no tracking to the right. My bad. I sidewalk so much, I actually just stop moving. So, let me stop her from doing that. So it's a knee. So, can't be low paid. Oh yeah, it shifts back to Mantis. We got Mantis stance, up forward 1. Let's see. I don't get it. What I do wrong? Is it? Maybe it's up forward 3. Yeah, it's up forward 3. I had the wrong input. Alright. I don't even... How did that even happen? So no tracking to the left. Tracks to the right. You can still sidewalk it. But if you don't do it at the right time. Alright. So, what move is this? This was Mantis down... No, this was Mantis up forward 2. Up forward 3, actually. And... I'm trying to think. So... 26 frame, right? It's -9. And if it does hit, it's not like you get a combo. They're probably wall spots though. I should just go this way. This is the way faster. No, it doesn't wall spot. It just knocks down. Alright, so up forward 3. Bob. Oh yeah, it transitions into Mantis if you hold down again. So Mantis up forward 3 down, goes back into Mantis. Oh, we made it through the whole through? Made it through the whole through. Okay, we made it to the end. We might as well check out her grab since we're here. So she has a, oh bro, hold on. So this grab here shifts to Mantis,
That's all.
which is actually crazy.
That's all.
And of course, you have all sorts of things like, what is it? Down 4? Right? One of her moves shifts into Tarantula from Mantis. Where is it? I made the annotation, I know I did. It's down forward 4. And what is down forward 4 on block again? I know I have it written on paper right in front of me, but don't feel like looking. It's -5, so it's safe. And it transitions anyway. And since Tarantula literally ignores a bunch of mids, like, most of their options to hurt you are gone anyway. Tarantula, you're airborne. So what that looks like is, let's say you record. You can get comboed from it. So when you're in Tarantula, their response is probably going to be, for the most part, heat. If they already actively are in heat, right? She's like that, like, hold on. If they use their heat burst, just crawl underneath. Unless you get too close. See? So like having a grab that, sure, she doesn't have a grab game, but at least so far, at the very least, having something that brings you into Mantis, which obviously has a bunch of options from it, even a power crush. Alright, so like you go into Mantis, and then heat engager, right? What was that? 24 frames on block. Like we've seen, it's +6. And hold on, it forces crouch. So that was Mantis down forward 1, forces crouch. So you have +6 into a situation where you force crouch and you're standing. And it also reaches mad far. So like from here, they're threatening you with a +6 into like whatever they want. And of course, it's forced crouch situation as normal, where they could either press and you can go with your fastest option to beat them, or they don't press and, you know, you can go for like a grab or something. What I want to know specifically about this grab, which is 2 + 4, is if it's broken, does it still go into Mantis? Which probably not, right? No. Okay, let's continue. She has, of course, a 1+2 break, just like everybody else. She has an armored parry. An armored parry at that. I'm actually writing them one down. So back 1 plus 3. Alright. How many frames is this? Let's do offense, punish. Alright, she jabs back. Just because it's a slow move. I mean, it's a fast move that I chose. If I chose something like fast mid attack, alright. 29 frames. Does it wall splat? It knocks down, which is good enough. No, it doesn't wall splat. So, I-29. What is it on block? Well, I guess it's a power crush, so it doesn't matter what it is on block. Alright. It's a power crush plus parry. So what's a 12 frame move? This is minus 15? Brother, I don't understand. Why is this minus 15? No. Why is this minus 15? I was looking for a move that could show, like, so I could figure out the frame time that it take for the parry to activate. This is absurd. This is fucking absurd. I want you to know. What does it even do on hit? You're still minus 4. Still minus 4. What? This is a dick move, bruh. Okay. I just don't know how long it takes for it to activate. Hold on, let me... Nah, that wouldn't help. Oh well. So that was all her stances. We've gone through all her stances. So for Mantis, you pretty much wanted to sidewalk right, from what I remember. Let me pull out a highlighter. So I'm gonna read through the Mantis stuff. So Mantis 1-3, you sidewalk left. Alright. Mantis 3-1. I didn't have anything. Mantis 4-3. Don't have anything. Mantis 1+2. You can... It has no tracking, so you can sidewalk whatever direction you want. Mantis 2+3. I don't have anything written down. Mantis down forward 1. Don't have anything either. Mantis down forward 2. No tracking. Mantis down forward 3. Which is Paradox. Doesn't... Oh no, that's a transition into Paradox. We have... I should probably go back and... I'll put a dot next to the ones that I have tracking lines for. Oh yeah, I do have... For Mantis 1-3, it doesn't track. So, down, forward 3, Paradox, transition, has no tracking. Okay, good. We have Mantis down forward 4. That's homing specifically. You can't track that. Mantis down forward 1 for tracks, but it isn't true. So you can duck the. It isn't true, so you can launch punish then -16 mid. I know exactly which one this is. This one's good because it notes that it tracks. Mantis down 4 is a low. No tracking to the right side. So far we should choose to go to the right side. We have it's a knee, so you can't low parry it. So far most of the options have no tracking out of Mantis. So you can choose the sidewalk right and you'll be perfectly fine. And if anything is specifically hitting you when you're sidewalking right, you know, develop a game plan for that. For Tarantula, we have Tarantula 1, no tracking on left. We have Tarantula 2, just doesn't have any tracking. Tarantula 3, no tracking. Tarantula 4-3, doesn't say anything about track. Oh, has no tracking. A Tarantula 1+2 has no tracking. And if I remember, Tarantula 1+2, yep, that move. So I was good about making sure I had the tracking moves for the Tarantula down. So no tracking to the left. I think I remember for Tarantula 1, it like was a small fast hit that clips the bottom of your ankle if you don't go left. So if that's the case for that, oh no, my marker's bleeding through the page. Shit. We have a couple more Tarantula moves left. We have Tarantula down forward 1, which is a heat engager. I didn't check and see if that was steppable because I just didn't think to. So we can do that now. Fence, record, Tarantula down forward 1. If I can get my fingers to cooperate. This move. Yeah, no tracking at all for that one. So I'm gonna write down on Tarantula, down forward 1. No tracking. So far with Tarantula, you should probably just sidestep left. And then Tarantula down 1+2. Oh yeah, this has no tracking. Or we might as well just make sure before I write it down and pin. And then like piss me off. Okay. Nope. Nope, no tracking at all. So you should basically just sidestep left most of the options for Tarantula. And if anything is specifically stopping you, you have to counter that one directly. Because if I'm looking at this, T1, sidestep left, T2, no tracking, T3, no tracking, T4, 3, no tracking, no tracking. Yeah, all of these don't really track except like you're either doing it wrong or not timing it correctly. Like that's simply it for Tarantula. So if I had to write down somewhere as like a note with Mantis, you want to side step right. And then with Tarantula, you want to sidestep left. Okay. Now, for sidestepping the Scarecrow, you have a bunch of sidewalk rights, a couple of sidewalk lefts. So Tarantula is actually much more of a mixed bag that you would have to specifically look at. But if I can spot some out here really quickly, we have Scarecrow 2-1, which 1-2 to sidewalk rights. Scarecrow 2-2 sidewalk rights. Scarecrow 1-1 sidewalk rights. Scarecrow 4-1-2-2. I didn't have anything down for that. Scarecrow 1+2 sidewalk left. Scarecrow 3+4 sidewalk left. Or right, so no tracking. Or no, you can sidestep right. So like for that one, it's easier just to sidestep left. That's why I put that there. Scarecrow down forward 1. You can sidestep right, but you're going to sidewalk left for the easiest time. So sidewalk left is a very big choice that I'm seeing for Scarecrow. Scarecrow down 3-3. Not seeing any sidestep instructions. Oh, so down 3-3 for Scarecrow is this move. It's the low into high, and the low tracks, so you can't sidestep it. Or if you can, not really. You can't sidestep it. It's just gonna track you. So what's going to happen is you try sidestepping, the low hits you. You can still duck because the low doesn't jail, or like it isn't a true combo. So you just duck after, and you can duck the high, and then you can combo. Scarecrow down 4 doesn't have anything. Scarecrow down 3+4. So these like extra options that I could lab and be like, hey, which ones specifically are these? It's gonna be most likely a variation of sidewalk left or sidewalk right. And if you just keep walking side left for the most part, you shouldn't get hit. And if it hits you, you know, hey, I should try the other side, or like lab it specifically yourself. Because to be honest, I'm not going to specifically remember each one of these. Like, oh, for Scarecrow, like 1, I should sidewalk this way, or 1, 2, right? Because you're not going to see the move coming out. Like, that's why, like, I would normally go over it, but you're not going to see the move coming out. You're just not. So you're sidewalking to prevent multiple options from hitting you at once. And if it hits you, then you know that option is either unique, as in like it goes to the other side, 2, it tracks, or 3, you did it wrong. Simply enough. There's a bunch of moves here that like will be used for the neutral. 13 frame heat engager, stuff like that. I'll probably do this in the second half because I'd rather go over the stances first, talk about them, and you're not gonna like want to jab as Zafina after she goes into transitions, or at least I don't think so, because there's so many options that like it would have to, because if she does a transition on block, she dies for it. If you block her transition, she dies. You can always jab her if you just block it, but if you're on hit, she's getting a mix-up for it. So, simply enough, if you get hit, you're getting mixed, try your best. Probably like Power Crush since she has a bunch of slow options. Um, Other than that, I'll see you guys later after I get my like snack break.